All right, I want to start this video with a disclaimer. Fair use, fair use. And I want to say Shalom, Shalom. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders, bishops, a great millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord. You see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a Shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. It's your brother Wab Rumia back with another lesson. And I'm going to pretty much get right into it, man. Esau is blinded by his pride and his power. And the Lord set him up perfect, just like he did Pharaoh. Now we in the modern day Babylon, Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon the Great, Egypt. It's all Babylon, I meant to say, but it's all wrapped in one, man. And King Nero, is the end of this man's kingdom, man. He's the last king over Babylon the Great. And let's get right into it, man.
White America thought they elected a savior, but God sent them their judgment. November 2024, you watched the election results roll in. You saw white America celebrating in the streets. You heard them chanting his name. You watched them worship at the altar of their golden idol. They thought they were crowning their champion. They had no idea they were signing their own death warrant. Here's what they don't want you to know. Here's what the mainstream media will never tell you. Here's the truth that's been hidden in plain sight. Donald Trump is not white America's savior. He is God's instrument of their destruction. Let me show you something that will blow your mind. In 2024, 21% of black men voted for Donald Trump. That's more than double what he got in previous elections. You heard that right. Black men, the sons of the enslaved, the descendants of those who suffered under white supremacy for 400 years, they helped put Trump back in the White House. And white America celebrated. They thought they were winning. But here's what they didn't see. Here's what their blind eyes couldn't comprehend. God was orchestrating the greatest act of divine justice in modern history. He was using the very people they oppressed to deliver their judgment. He was turning their victory celebration into a funeral march. And they were too drunk on their own pride to even notice. Look at what's happening right now in America. Trump's policies are tearing apart the very fabric of white middle-class life. His tariffs are crushing small business owners in rural white communities. His mass deportation plans are creating labor shortages that are destroying white-owned farms and factories. His economic chaos is wiping out retirement savings for white suburban families who thought they were safe. His dismantling of federal agencies is eliminating jobs that white college graduates depend on. Everything they built is crumbling. Everything they trusted is collapsing. Everything they believed in is turning to dust. And the man they worship is the one holding the sledgehammer. Coincidence? Random chaos? Political miscalculation? No. This is prophecy. This is divine judgment. This is God using the wicked to punish the wicked. This is the rod of God's anger. And white America is about to feel every strike. You saw the headlines. Trump dismantles DEI programs. Trump rolls back civil rights protections. Trump appoints judges who will set justice back 50 years. And white America cheered. They thought he was hurting us. They thought he was protecting them. They had no idea that every single policy, every single executive order, every single decision was a nail in their own coffin. The whole world is watching America isolate itself. Allies are turning away. Economic partners are finding new arrangements. The global south is rising while America falls. And Trump is accelerating it all with a smile on his face and a red hat on his head. What if I told you this exact scenario was written 3,000 years ago? What if I told you the Bible predicted a nation would be judged by its own idol? What if I told you that God has a pattern of using oppressors to destroy oppressors and then destroying the instrument he used? What if everything you're watching on the news right now is the fulfillment of ancient prophecy? White America wanted a white supremacist strongman. God said, fine. Here he is. Have him. Let him destroy you from the inside out. Let him dismantle everything your ancestors built. Let him isolate you from the world. Let him crash your economy. Let him expose your hypocrisy. Let him be the face of your judgment. This is not politics. This is spiritual warfare. This is not about Democrat versus Republican. This is about the God of justice settling accounts with a nation built on stolen land, slave labor, and innocent blood. This is about 400 years of oppression coming due. This is about the chickens coming home to roost. This is about divine vengeance wrapped in a red tie and delivered through the ballot box. And the most beautiful part, white America has no idea what's happening to them. They're still cheering, they're still celebrating. They're like Pharaoh hardening his heart while the plagues destroy Egypt all around him. They're like Belshazzar partying while the writing appears on the wall. They're like Babylon dancing while the enemy army marches through the gates. Today, right now, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how this prophecy is unfolding. I'm going to take you through scripture, through history, through current events, and I'm going to prove to you beyond any shadow of doubt that what you're witnessing is not chaos. It's judgment. It's not confusion. It's prophecy. It's not random. It's righteous. By the time you finish watching this video, you
And see, at the end, it's checkers, not chess, man. And this is Maduro. I seen this the other day, and I thought this was real funny. He says, Maduro's Rambo, it says, they think life is a bad Hollywood movie where there are always the heroic Rambo-style winners, and the rest of us, Latinos, Mexicans, Colombians, Venezuelans, Caribbeans, Africans, are the villains. And he's speaking about the Israelites. He knows, man. And Maduro knows who the children of Israel are. He says, let them keep their fading empire and their ugly story. And see, the world is waking up to the fact that this man is Esau, man. And even though he's in power, he's coming down. And we see it through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. His kingdom is on borrowed time, man. And he is helping it crumble faster than what we think is going down, man. Because they have a new system they want to bring in, but it's their end. And they have no clue. They definitely in a trick bag, man. And I think it was a Edomite Bible story. I'm not for sure. I don't know the story. I don't know the whole story behind who makes those videos. But I want to bring this out as well because even though that Esau is in power, we're going to have a hand in him coming down, man. It's also by us preaching his word, but our people helped him create the atomic bomb, which, these atomic bombs, these nuclear bombs are way more advanced than it was when Jake was in there helping Esau in World War II. But the technology that we created to help him create, I don't believe he had no creative knowledge of anything, man. But Jake helped him create what is going to destroy him. And it's these intercontinental ballistic missiles, thermal, all these different missiles, man. That's going to have a hand in him crumbling and coming out of power. Now check this out.
Did you know that black students secretly created the atomic bomb while being erased from history? March 17, 1942, Army Colonel Leslie Groves arrived at Tuskegee Institute under complete secrecy. He wasn't there for the famous airmen. He needed brilliant minds for something bigger. Groves recruited 47 black chemistry students for a mysterious project they couldn't discuss with anyone. Deep beneath the campus, workers had built hidden laboratories. No one knew what was happening down there. While white scientists at Los Alamos struggled with uranium separation, these Tuskegee students were solving the impossible. They cracked the uranium-235 enrichment problems that had stumped America's top minds for months. Ernest Wilkins Jr., barely 20 years old, developed the mathematical calculations that would power the Hiroshima bomb. His breakthrough made nuclear weapons possible. But the moment he succeeded, they transferred him to cleaning duties. The atomic bomb that ended World War II was built on black genius, but history buried their names. America's nuclear supremacy was powered by minds they refused to credit. Hidden brilliance that changed the world forever.
And see, that's heavy, man, because they don't. You can't Google this. And I looked it up. I just went and seen. I just wanted to see if it was any truth to it. And this is what they says. It says the query, and this is Leslie Groves. The query is a misconception. Leslie Groves was not involved with Tuskegee. So they said it was secretive. Now check this out. And there is no record of him directing 47 chemistry students there. Instead, General Leslie Groves was the military head of the Manhattan Project. That's who created the atomic bomb, the Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But it says, which developed the first atomic bombs. The project had many scientists, including prominent scientists, chemists, but the specific number or location mentioned in the query did not correspond to verifiable facts about Groves' career. Now, this is just him just being highlighted. So I just put in, the 47 students, but in the Wikipedia, pretty much put in the same exact thing, and it says African American scientists and technicians on the Manhattan projects, which Leslie Groves was a part of it. So Esaw tried to cover up this truth, man. He tried to cover up, and it's not nothing major to even cover up. But he don't want our people to think they had a hand in anything that advanced Babylon the Great. So we created everything. They don't give you the information on that anymore. It's all taken away. But back to this, the Manhattan Project. It says held a small number of positions among the several hundred scientists and technicians involved. Nonetheless, African American men and women made important contributions to the Manhattan Project. See, they can solve those problems. It says during World War II, at the time, their work was shrouded in secrecy, intentionally comprehensive, compartmentalized and decontextualized, so that almost no one knew the purpose of. It says know the purpose or the intent used of what they were doing, and it said in that little video that they was basically it was hid. It wasn't basically Ford knew what they was doing. They want to keep it in secrecy. He says, as government documents have been declassified and historians have explained archives and collected oral history, the work of people involved, physical chemists, and check this out. I just want to get this guy right here. He's a Jake. He says, William Jacob. See that? William Jacob. Ain't that spiritual? Knox Jr. was an American chemist at Columbia University in New York and one of the African American scientists and technicians on the Manhattan Project. Knox held an unprecedented position, serving as the only African American supervisor for the Manhattan Project. And see, there's other Jakes. These Jakes right here, man. He worked in Florida. This right here, Carolyn Parker. They don't got a picture of him. Johnson. All these are Jakes, man. They helped with the Manhattan Project. And see, they hid this history, and I'm not going to go through all of it. But the lady was from Fisk, close to my area, man. She graduated from Fisk in 1938. But the point I wanted to make is it's a spiritual how he was his only African American supervisor, and his name was William Jacob Knox Jr. So this man is coming down, man. It's all spiritual, and the Lord is letting us know that he is at work, man. Now that little video, you would have never thought that Jake had anything to do with the atomic bomb. And pretty much we laid the foundation of the atomic bomb because they couldn't figure it out how to separate the uranium. And see, everything is being uncovered. See them little videos, you think, well, ain't no truth to that, man. Shit. There's a lot of truth to this, man. The Lord is revealing everything Esau is doing, and He's making it plain for the elect. This is Job 14 and verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And see, Esau, his time is coming very quick. And see, when DT got in office, that was a great sign of his end. This second appointed time for him to get in, that was just a clear indication. We've been knowing this place is finished for a long time, but that was a clear indication because this man is a puppet to the elites to the very T, man. He is the definition of a puppet, man. This is Isaiah 14 and verse 3. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to suffer. And see, our day is coming to a very end of being in captivity, being under Esau. We read that in Lamentations 4 and 21. It says, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how have the oppressor ceased? That golden city ceased. And that's what's happening, man. This place is coming down quick. And what Trump tried to say, the golden age, this golden city is finna cease, man. He says, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers, and that's their power. All the nations are puffing up against him, man. No one is scared of Babylon the Great no more. It says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. So he's finna be persecuted, man. He's finna go into captivity, but he's gonna be persecuted by his own people, man, his own allies, because they're gonna turn on him as well, man. It says the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir tree rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved at thy So let me slow down. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, how art thou also become weak as we? And this is nations puffing up against him, man. All the nations are finna turn on Esau, man. Which is, basically Babylon the Great I'm speaking about. They're finna come against him, man. All the kings of the nations. Because they ruled over even his own allies, man. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. And that's what's finna happen, man. He's finna be brung out of his rulership down to the pit. And the noise of thy vows, the worms is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. And his kingdom, his system, everything he stands for is about to go down to the grave. He's not gonna be held in high regard anymore on the earth. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And Esau Lucifer just means light bearer, but this man is Lucifer on earth, man. He's supposedly, that's why you got your Illuminatis and your high, people, these elite. They believe that they are the light bearers, man. They're those that hold the light. But their kingdom is coming down, man. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, that which didst weaken the nation? See, they're finna come out of rulership. They're finna come all the way down to the pit. See, this is their heaven. They are up and high and mighty. It's not talking about the spiritual, not spiritual, but Satan, which is on the left hand side of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. But it's speaking about this Satan, man, the adversary, the devil, the deceiver, which is Esaw Edom. This scripture is not talking about the devil and the angels falling from heaven. No, it's talking about this man Esau in rulership, in power. Your elite ones, your Illuminati. This is talking about those is in high stature in this society, man. This is what it's talking about. It's not talking about because these Christians will use this verse and think it's talking about the Lord sending the Satan down and the demons. No, man. He's talking about this man who was in power. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Job 9:24. This man we speaking about is Esau, man. He's in power. It says, verse 13, it says, for thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of power. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what he's trying to do, man. Being everybody marked with his mark. Merging man with a machine. This is what I read in a lesson the other day about, Genesis. This Genesis mission that he's bringing up. He wants to be like the Most High, to mark you, to be in your mind and tell you what to do when he want to do it, have you use his money. And you know what the MOTB is. It says, yet shall be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And that's what he's going to be, brung down all the way from his high stature all the way down to the bottom of the pit, man. The lowest people on the face of the earth, man. And he's never going to rise or rule again. And that will be the end of his kingdom, man. Because what is taken in 2nd Esdras, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So this is what we're prophesying about, man. We want this man to be brung down out of power. Because then we'll get to rule in righteousness. And this word is taking this man down, man. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua told us. This is Luke 10 and verse 17. It says, and the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. And see, that's the power that we have. See, people think, oh man, you get spiritual power. Yeah, we're gonna get real physical spiritual power. But right now, we possess the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. That's prophesying his name. That's why we get on these other groups like IUIC, GOCC about, saying another name or praying to another name. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is his name, man. Yahweh being the Father, Yahweh Shah being the Son. It says, and he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning falling from heaven. See, the Lord seen Esau falling from his high place. See, that's plain, man. And this is what we're doing through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is bringing this man down through the name of the Lord, man. That's why the 70 returned said even the devils are subject unto us because they was prophesying in the name of the Lord. And the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said he's seen Satan falling from heaven, falling from his, falling like lightning. And that's heavy, man. Verse 19, it says, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents. See that? The Lord gave us power. And they just spoke. The 70 spoke on the name. And that's that power we possess, man. Man, behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. See, over all the power of the enemy. And nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. And that's the elect. The men of the Lord you see on the highways prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Also in the correct doctrine. The true believers, the hopeful elect, the 1/3, the 144. These are the men, when women are written in heaven, man, that did the will of the Lord and prophesied against our enemies, man. See, we've been designated by Yahweh Shem Yahushua to push His word, man. We've been designated to be in His faith, be in His truth, by Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So, Lord willing, we endure to the end to find our names being written in the heaven. This is Jeremiah 1 and verse 10. It says, "See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out and to pull down." See that? Just this word alone is pulling down this man's kingdom, man. It's pulling you when you get something. That's why I said at the root. When you want to get rid of something, you take it up by the root. So everything he hid, everything he destroyed about us, all the wickedness he's hid, we pulling out by the root. We pulling everything he got out. And it's being displayed before the world, man, who this man truly is. Verse 10 again, it says, "See, I have this day set thee over the nations." And that's what we are. We're amongst the nations, man. Prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And over the kingdoms. That's plain, man. And this is a great kingdom. To root out and to pull down and to destroy. See that? This word is destroying everything that this man has put together for many years, man. His NWO. This is turning down, man. Before it even gets started. And to throw down, to build, and to plant. And see, we're building up our nation through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we plant this seed in our people, man. To know you are the children of Israel, man. Let me get this in another translation. Let me see what it says in the NLT. It says, "Today I appoint you to stand up against nations and kingdoms." See that? We've been appointed to do this. I think Jeremiah's name means appointed. Let me get that real quick. Jeremiah's name means appointed. Real quick. H3414. I pronounce my name Jeremiah. Well, not pronounce my name Warumya. It's pronounced
Strong's H3414. Yirmiyah.
Jeremiah.
Yirmiyah.
Whom Yahweh.
Second entry. Yirmiyahu. Yirmiyahu.
Like when I got this name and I started calling my name Jeremiah or Warumya, I see because a couple other people that I knew they had the name Jeremiah, so I pronounced mine Warumya. But it says whom Yahweh has appointed. See, the Lord has appointed us for this mission to take against our enemies, man. Just like Caleb and Joshua went in the land, in the Holy Land, and spied it out. So this is what we're doing through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, bringing it down from within through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And you can just look at, I started looking at names. I just started, going into them. But getting back to the point I want to make, man. New Living Translation, it says, "Today I appoint you to stand up against nations and kingdoms. Some you must uproot and tear down, destroy and overthrow." Beautiful. Others must build up and plant. And that's what we're building up and planting our nation through the Spirit of the Lord. The New Translation, it says, "Today I give you authority over nations and kingdoms to root up and to pull down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant." And that's exactly what the Spirit of the Lord has us doing, man. It's all through Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. This is Jeremiah 51. And hit the point in 19 and 20. It says, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is a former of all things." And see, we formed the atomic bomb to destroy this man's system, man, this man's kingdom. This has showed you that the Lord is dealing with the Israelites, man. You blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. because a guy, the so-called, not so-called, but the Jake that was the only supervisor, his name was Jacob, man. How spiritual is that, man? What a coincidence. To the former thing, former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts is his name. That art my battle axe and weapons of war. See that? We can through the spirit. They was weapons of war to him, man, because they was able to make the weapons that they used to drop on Japan, man. But ultimately, they're going to drop it on their own selves, man, because they're going to use Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, going to use other nations with the same technology that Jake had a hand in to use against Esau, man. He says, "For thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms." And those missiles are going to destroy kingdoms, man. That's heavy, man. Those missiles are going to destroy kingdoms. And see, the Lord is amazing, man. When I looked at it, I said, man, let me look into that, man. The Spirit has told me to look into that. And man, that's crazy, man. To see that they wanted to hide us, and hide us from the fact that we had a hand in creating that missile, man. That those Hiroshima, the bombs that would drop, those atomic bombs that would drop on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, man. That's heavy. But they don't want to give Jake credit for that. And that's another reason why they won't let Jake go. They know that they was worried about the German scientists. Now they worried about us, you blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. If you went to another country, you will dominate that country, man, and you will be over them in every aspect of we starting the curses, man. I ain't gonna even go into hypothetical things, but the point is, man, we had a hand in building this man's final curtain call. Because the final curtain call is when those missiles are going to be shot off from one end of the earth, man, to the other end. Psalms 37 and verse 17. It says, "The arm of the wicked shall be broken, but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai uphold the righteous. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever." See, the Lord knows the days of the upright, so He know that we know through the Spirit the Lord has us coming into our kingdom very soon, man. Yahweh shall return it, man. So we see that this man his rule is ending, man. Verse 19, it says, "They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall be the fat of lambs, as the fat of lambs." See, that sacrifice, man. Isaiah 34. Let me read that one more time. It says, "But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai shall be as fat as lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away." Ooh-wee. Man. They go consume away, man. It's a sacrifice the Lord spoke about, man. So when you get something, you finna sacrifice something, you fatten it up, man. That's like when you got something you finna sacrifice, you get it fat because you finna eat it. You get it fat, you get it plump, get it ready to be put on the fire, so everybody can eat. Real quick, I just want to hit the point right here because I brung it up. This is Isaiah 34, and to hit a point in verse 6, it says, you can go up to the top and start, but 6, it says, the sword of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats. See that? With the blood of lambs and goats. It's made fat with fatness. See that? That's the sacrifice, man. And that's what the Lord telling you in Psalms 37. That this man is being fattening up. That's why he's so prideful. He's puffed up with pride. He's coming against everybody, man. Let me continue on. And you can see right here. Man, let me continue on, man. This is heavy, though. He said, "The sword of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For Yahweh Shem Yahushua hath a sacrifice in Basra, which we are in the modern day Basra, the capital of Esaw, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. See, where the Edomites dwell, man. This is the modern day land of Idumea, Babylon the Great. So that sacrifice is here. This is their sacrifice, man. And we're in it. And Lord willing, we be taken out of it. This is Nahum. This is Nahum 1, drop down to verse 11. It says, there is one come, slow down. It says, there is one come out of thee, that the image of slacking, damn. He said that imagine of evil against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a wicked counselor. Thus say Yahweh Shem Yahushua, though they be quiet, and likewise many, yet thus shall they many shall they be cut down when he shall pass through. Though I have afflicted thee, I will afflict thee no more. For now will I break his yoke from off of thee, and will burst thy bonds in sunder. Yahweh Shem Yahushua have given a commandment concerning thee, that no more of thy name shall be sown. Out of the house of the gods will I cut off the graven image and the molten image. I will make thy grave, for thou art vile. Behold, upon the mountains the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace. O Judah, keep thy solemn feast, perform thy vows, for the wicked shall no more pass through thee. He is utterly cut off. And see, we would not be into slavery. We would not go into slavery again, man. The Lord is going to cut them off. Let me get this again, man, because I butchered that. This is Nahum 1 and 14 in NLT. It says, and this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua says concerning the Assyrians in Nineveh. You will have no more children to carry on your name. The Lord's going to cut these Edomites off, man. They through, man. They done, bro. I will destroy all the idols in the temples of your gods. I am preparing a grave for you because you are detestable. This is what's going to happen to Esau, man. Good News Translation, it says, this is what Yahweh Shem Yahushua has decreed about the Assyrians. And we know that, I think it's Jeremiah 10, I want to say, that we know that Esau is the modern day Assyrians, man. Damn. I know the scripture, but I'm thinking of the scripture. I can't say it off the top of my head. But anyway, the end of the Good News Translation says, they will have no descendants. And we know this right here in Isaiah 14 said it will cut off Jeremiah 4, no, not Jeremiah, Isaiah 14:21, he would cut off the branch. This is Esau to the T, man. They will have no descendants to carry on their name. I will destroy the idols that are in the temples of their gods. See, all this Christianity, this Buddha, and all this madness that they push, it's going to be destroyed, man. I am preparing a grave for the Assyrians. They don't deserve to live. Ooh-wee, bro. Man, this truth is amazing, man. This truth is amazing. See, the Lord is going to cut them off, man. Oh, man. This is Micah 5. Start at verse 9. This is Micah 5 and verse 9. It says, thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries. Slack it. Let me read it again. It says, thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. See that? All thy enemies shall be cut off. And we know that you go back up here, it tells you the remnant of Jacob. He's talking about us. Let me go back and read it, man. No, I'm just gonna finish it out, man. I'm butchered so many scriptures, man. I'm gonna finish it out. Verse 9 again, it says, you can read it. You can read it. He says, thy hand shall be lifted up upon thy adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that I will cut off thy horses out of the midst of thee, and destroy thy chariots. See, all the military might, their power, all that's finna come down, man. And I will cut off thy city, off the cities of thy land, and throw down all thy strongholds, all your military bases. Everything's coming down, man. And I will cut off witchcrafts out of thy hand. See, all the witchcraft they use against us, their news media, their social media, and thou shalt have no more soothsayers. Thy graven images also will I cut off. See, everything you set up, man, is going to be cut off. And their standing images out of the midst of thee, and thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands. And I will pluck up the groves out of the midst of thee, so will I destroy thy city. See, all these cities that you go and you want to travel to New York and in Texas, all these cities going to be through, done. And I will execute vengeance in my anger and fury upon the heathen. See, we know it's talking about the other nations, man. Like I said, you can start at the top, man, but I was butchering a bunch of scriptures, man. I haven't made it too long as it is. But you can read at the top, man. It's not hard to go back up. It says, I will execute vengeance in my anger. It's like I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen. Let me get it back. It says, such as they have not heard. See, a destruction is coming to these heathen way worse than they ever heard, man. They ain't never heard the destruction that's coming. 200 million missiles. Whew. So I'm going to end it right there. Lord Williams edified. I'm working all day, man. Mind kind of rattled. Let's get it there. Shalom. Shalom.